Welcome to the Better Builder Series podcast. We're here live at the International Builder Show 2024, joined by Russ Stephens from APB. Thanks for joining us today, Russ.
Thanks for having me, Bob. I'm excited to be here.
All right. Russ, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and APB?
Sure. So, Russ Stephens, I'm the co-founder of the Association of Professional Builders, and we provide business coaching to residential home builders across the US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand.
Great. What type of coaching do you provide?
Well, it's purely business coaching. We don't attempt to teach builders how to build. Yeah, the guys that come to us, they're very good at building, but they've taken the traditional path, really, which is leaving school, being an apprentice, then being a contractor, and then progressing to be a general contractor without any formal education on business. So they're kind of doing it in their head and picking it up along the way. So we teach them some fundamentals and give them a structure which enables them to be more profitable and scale their business up, if that's what they want to do.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about your typical client. What type of building are they doing? What do they look like?
Yeah, well, the typical client is a custom home builder, so they're typically in the $5 to $15 million range. They are the profile that I described, but they're kind of getting stuck. They're not earning the kind of money that they believe they should be earning, and they find themselves chasing cash flow, working long hours, and are basically stuck on how do they go to the next level. They're looking at other builders that maybe don't build as well as them, but seem to be doing a lot better, and they know there's something missing, but they can't quite put their finger on it. So we pull back the curtain and we show them the business plan that works for a residential building company.
Excellent. How many builders have you really helped, do you think? How many builders have you impacted their businesses over the years?
Oh, crikey. It's hard to gauge because it does run into thousands. We give away a lot of free information. We have something like 15,000 residential building companies subscribed to our free information. We distribute information through podcasts and online as well. And these guys can download free templates and checklists, which obviously helps them with their building company. But if you're looking at guys that have directly become clients, then you're looking at a few thousand builders that we've impacted. As of this moment, we are actively coaching 750 residential building companies across 4 countries.
Wow, that's impressive. So tell me a little bit about your coaching program. So you have people with some business background, some building background, and then they work one-on-one with these customers. Is that how it works?
Yeah, we're very, very strict with our coaches. It's not easy to be a coach at the Association of Professional Builders, and with good reason, because builders, they're very perceptive. They won't suffer fools. So these guys have to be on their game. So we only engage coaches that have, first of all, previously coached and got a demonstrated successful track record, but they must have either owned their own business or operated at a very high level within another business. And that involves hiring and firing people, because if you've not hired and fired and managed people, you're not really in a position to be coaching and advising others. So we take these guys, they don't necessarily have a construction background, and they don't need to, because they need to be good at coaching. We provide them with all the technical aspects of what builders need to know. And it takes us about 6 weeks to then train a coach up to a level that they can coach a builder. Now, to give you an indication, for every 1,000 applicants we get for one of our coaching jobs, we take on 1 coach.
Okay, very selective. Good. Well, that's good for your customers then. What are some of the issues that you see? What is one of the most common issues that you see that your coaches help a builder overcome?
Well, the big perception, I think, by the majority of building companies is they need more leads, because if they had more leads, they'd have more sales. That would lead to more revenue and they'd make more money. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out like that because the vast majority of building companies are not making high enough margins to scale their building company. So if they were to just simply ramp up the sales, they'd end up losing more money faster and put themselves in a worse position. So regardless of what the builder says they want, we always start with the financials to understand exactly where they are now. And that means revealing their true financial position, which is something that 96% of building companies currently do not know. Only 4% of residential building companies in the United States fully understand or are looking at accurate financial reports. And the reason for that is it all comes down to one number, that is the work in progress accounting adjustment, which is not being calculated and it's not being implemented into their financials.
Great. And you have a course built around that.
That's right. We've got an entire course that explains to builders why this number is so important, the reason why they need to include it into accounts, and we give them the calculator, something that I'm really proud of the fact that Build Tools have also incorporated into the software and made it easy for builders to just press a button and have this number calculated for them so that they can enter it into their accounts.
Yeah. So for all the Build Tools customers that are out there, you can go to your WIP report in Build Tools and it'll produce the report that Russ is talking about. It works right along with the class that we coach along with, right? So that's your work in process.
And it's such an important number to know. It's the very first thing we teach every builder that comes on as a new client. It's where we always start.
Yep. You have to keep track of the financials. That's great.
That's it.
All right. So what types of things are you doing to get a handle on what's happening across the industry? How businesses are performing? Are you doing anything to benchmark so that you can help your clients?
Well, we've been running a survey of the industry for 4 years now, where we go out to the residential construction industry and we ask builders to answer some questions about their business. 118 questions. It is a massive commitment of time, but with the help of partners like Build Tools, we've been able to gather data from 1,800 builders in our most recent survey. And because we do it year on year, not only are we getting some great data and insights into how building companies are being run, we're able to spot trends as well because we can look and see what is happening year on year in our industry.
Interesting. So how can the listeners of the podcast gain access to this survey?
Well, it's we give it away free. It's a free PDF. The 2024 report is available now. They can simply go to our website and they will find that they can download it as a free resource.
That's great. That's fantastic. So if somebody is interested in this type of coaching, or maybe they just want to sign up to get access to your free content to see what it's about, how can they find you and how do they sign up?
Yeah, just go to the Association of Professional Builders, type that into Google, you'll see us pop up. And you can download numerous different things. We have the sales process for builders as a free download. We have the qualifying checklist. We have other guides on pricing for profit, for instance. Most builders simply add a margin to their cost of sales. We teach a very different method which adds a net profit margin, guarantees that the builder is profitable. All this stuff is free to download, or they can request a meeting and we can talk further about how we can support builders in growing their building companies profitably.
That's great. This is fantastic stuff. I've heard lots of good things from your customers, how it changed their lives, it put more time back in their day, made them feel more confident about the business that they run. They were able to charge more money, reduce some of the unnecessary costs and inefficiencies in their business. So I'm a big fan, Russ. So highly recommend the Association of Professional Builders. Thank you for joining us today on the podcast, Russ.
Good stuff. Thank you both.
All right. Thank you. All right. We'll see you on the next Better Builder Series podcast. Bye, everybody.